Theirs was a beautiful maiden named Sonia, a culinary genius. Her exceptional cooking skills had earned her the title of village cook, and her food stall was the go-to destination for delicious meals. Every morning, the tantalizing aroma of Sonia's cooking wafted through the village, enticing everyone. Villagers would gather at her stall, eager for a taste of her mouth-watering dishes. Sonia's menu varied daily, but her akara, bean cakes, remained a favorite among the villagers. One sunny afternoon, the village elder, Chief Okeke, summoned Sonia to his chambers. "Sonia, we're hosting a grand festival to celebrate the harvest season," he announced. "We need your culinary expertise to make this event unforgettable." "Prepare a feast fit for kings," Sonia beamed with pride, feeling honored to contribute to the village's celebration. "I won't disappoint, Chief," she promised. Days passed, and Sonia worked tirelessly, experimenting with traditional recipes and ingredients. She marinated meats, chopped vegetables, and stirred pots, her hands moving with precision and passion. The festival arrived, and the village square filled with joyful villagers. Sonia's feast stole the show: tender suya, grilled meat, flavorful jollof rice, and crispy plantains. The villagers savored each bite, praising Sonia's culinary mastery. Chief Okeke approached Sonia, his eyes shining with gratitude. "Your cooking brought our village together, Sonia. You're a true asset to our community." But beneath Sonia's warm smile, dark secrets lurked. At night, she'd cry, feeling trapped in her role. "Sonia, the village cook," she'd whisper to herself. "They think my cooking is ordinary. They don't know my grandmother taught me a deadly secret." Sarah said to herself, smiling. Sonia's food stall was the go-to destination in the village. People raved about her delicious meals, and she was hailed as the village's culinary queen. But what they didn't know was that Sonia had a dark secret. As she expertly prepared meals, Sonia would often glance around nervously, ensuring no one was watching. She'd discreetly add a shocking ingredient to her dishes: her own urine. "Yes, it's weird," Sonia would whisper to herself, "but it makes the flavors pop." This unorthodox method was passed down through her family. Her grandmother, Cook Ayabo, had taught her the secret to their culinary success. "Urine holds life force," Cook Ayabo would say. "It makes our dishes irresistible." Sonia had always been skeptical, but the results spoke for themselves. Her customers loved her food, and she couldn't argue with success. One day, a curious food critic, Amara, wandered into the village. Amara was known for her scathing reviews, and Sonia was nervous. "What brings you to our humble village?" Sonia asked, trying to sound casual. "I heard about your incredible cooking," Amara replied. "I need to experience it for myself." Sonia smiled, inviting Amara to try her signature dish. As Amara took a bite, her eyes widened. "This is amazing!" Amara exclaimed. "What's your secret?" Sonia's heart skipped a beat. "Just a family recipe," she said, trying to brush it off. But Amara was determined. She began asking questions, poking around Sonia's kitchen. "What's that strange smell?" Amara asked, wrinkling her nose. Sonia panicked. "Just, special spices." Amara raised an eyebrow. "I've never smelled anything like it." Sonia knew she was running out of time. Amara was getting close to the truth. That night, Amara snuck back into Sonia's kitchen, searching for evidence, and then she saw it, a small container labeled "special ingredient." Amara's eyes widened as she realized the horrifying truth: Sonia's using her own urine. Sonia's using her own urine in the cooking. Amara gasped. The next morning, Amara confronted Sonia. "Sonia, I know your secret," Amara said, her voice trembling. "The urine, it's unthinkable." Sonia's face turned pale. "How did you?" Amara's expression turned stern. "You're putting people's health at risk. This must stop." Sonia's world began to crumble. She knew her reputation would never recover, What will I do now?" Sonia whispered, tears streaming down her face. As news spread, the villagers were shocked and outraged. "How could Sonia do this to us?" they demanded. Sonia's food stall was shut down, and she was shunned by the community, but Amara couldn't shake off the feeling that there was more to Sonia's story. Why did Sonia resort to such desperation? Amara wondered. As she dug deeper, Amara uncovered a disturbing family history. Cook Ayabo's past was marred by poverty and desperation. She did what she thought was necessary to survive. Amara realized Sonia's secret was no longer just about urine, it was about generations of struggle. Panic gripped the village as news spread. Those who had eaten Sonia's food rushed to their homes, desperate to rid their bodies of the contaminated meals. "Get it out! Get it out!" someone screamed, retching over a bucket. Villagers stumbled into the streets, clutching their stomachs. Some vomited, while others frantically searched for remedies. "We need to purge our systems," a villager cried. The village elder, Chief Okeke, called an emergency meeting. "We must take action," Chief Okeke declared. Sonia's actions are unacceptable. The villagers demanded justice, calling for Sonia's banishment. As chaos erupted, Amara tried to calm the crowd. "Let's focus on finding solutions," Amara urged. "We need to support those affected." Medical teams rushed to the village, providing treatment and guidance. "We'll run tests, provide medication, and monitor everyone's health," the village herbalist assured. Rumors spread like wildfire. Sonia's urine was infected. "She's cursed." Sonia, meanwhile, was nowhere to be found. She had vanished, leaving behind her shattered reputation. Days passed, and the village struggled to recover. Some fell ill, while others suffered psychological trauma. "Food will never taste the same," a villager whispered. Amara worked tirelessly, helping the villagers rebuild trust. Later in the evening, Sonia returned to her hut. The villagers, still reeling from the shock, gathered to decide Sonia's fate. "Banishment," someone shouted. "She's tainted our food and our trust." The villagers agreed, and Chief Okeke declared Sonia's expulsion. "Sonia is no longer welcome in our village," Chief Okeke announced. Sonia, hiding in her hut, heard the verdict. Devastated, she collapsed to the ground. "How could they?" Sonia sobbed. "I only wanted to provide for them." In despair, Sonia grabbed a knife, intent on ending her life. "This is the only way to escape the shame," Sonia whispered. Just as Sonia raised the knife, Amara burst into the hut. "Sonia, stop!" Amara cried. Grabbing Sonia's wrist, Sonia struggled, but Amara held firm. "You can't give up, Sonia," Amara said. "You need to face the consequences." Sonia's eyes blazed with anger. "Why should I?" "They've rejected me." Amara's expression softened. "Because you're more than this mistake," Amara said. "You have a chance to redeem yourself." Sonia's grip on the knife loosened, and Amara gently took it away. "Come with me," Amara said. "We'll find a way to make things right." Sonia hesitated, then nodded. As they walked out of the hut, the villagers jeered. "Banished," they chanted. Sonia hung her head in shame, but Amara stood by her side. "You're not alone, Sonia," Amara whispered. "I exposed you, Sonia, but I promised to make things right. I only did what I did just to save the villagers from being infected by your urine," Amara said to Sonia with a voice full of pity. "Sonia, what were you thinking?" Amara asked, her head. "Using your own urine in cooking? That's unthinkable." Sonia hung her head in shame. "I know, Amara. I was desperate. I wanted to make the best dishes, and I thought that would give me an edge." Desperation had driven Sonia to extremes. She had always struggled to make ends meet, and cooking was her only talent. But why urine? Amara pressed. Sonia sighed. "My grandmother taught me. She said it added a special flavor." Amara's eyes widened. "That's horrific." "And the villagers ate it?" Sonia nodded, tears welling up. "I know. I'm so sorry. I never meant to harm anyone." Amara's expression softened. We need to make it right. Let's go apologize to the villagers. Sonia hesitated, fearful of rejection. Come on, Amara urged. It's the first step to redemption. As they walked to the village center, Sonia's anxiety grew. What if they hate me? Sonia whispered. Amara grasped Sonia's hand. We'll face it together. Before the villagers, Sonia fell to her knees. Please, forgive me, Sonia begged, tears streaming down her face. I was wrong to deceive you, the villagers murmured, their faces stern. We can't forget what you did, Chief Okeke said, but we see your remorse. After a tense silence, the villagers decided, Sonia, you can stay back in this village, but you will never cook for us again. Sonia nodded, accepting the condition. Thank you, Sonia whispered, gratitude etched on her face. Amara smiled, relieved. It's a new beginning, Amara said. Sonia worked tirelessly to regain trust. She helped with farm work, cleaned homes, and assisted the elderly. Sonia began telling the villagers how her grandmother taught her to use her urine in cooking. The villagers, on the other hand, finds out that it wasn't her fault, but that of her evil grandmother. Together they began to love Sonia again.